The story of Nahum.
Nahum reminds believers that God's justice will always prevail. Evil may seem powerful for a time, but the Lord will eventually bring everything into judgment and make things right. He is a safe refuge for those who trust Him, calling His people to live with justice, kindness, and humility each day. The book also warns that God's patience will not last forever, and those who continue in rebellion will face destruction. At the same time, it offers hope by showing that anyone who truly turns back to God can find mercy, protection, and peace in Him. Nahum opens by revealing the nature of God, merciful and patient, yet powerful and perfectly just. He protects those who trust in Him, but He will also bring judgment upon evil and wickedness. The prophecy declares that Nineveh's downfall is certain because of its rebellion and cruelty, and nothing will stop God's righteous judgment from being fulfilled. Nahum gives a dramatic picture of Nineveh's downfall, showing how the proud and powerful city would be completely defeated. Its warriors, chariots, and strong fortresses would not be able to save it from destruction. The city that once terrified nations would be plundered, abandoned, and left in ruins, revealing the certainty of God's judgment against evil and arrogance. God speaks against Nineveh because of its violence, pride, cruelty, and deep corruption. Even after many warnings, the city continued in evil and refused to turn back to Him. Because of this, Nahum declares that Nineveh's destruction would be complete and irreversible, just like other nations that fell after rejecting God's mercy. The once great empire would lose all its glory, and no one would remain to comfort or restore it after its downfall. Nineveh's fall was not an accident or a meaningless disaster, but the result of God's righteous judgment against a nation that continually rejected repentance. The empire chose violence, pride, and rebellion instead of turning back to God's mercy. Through Nahum's prophecy, we are reminded that no kingdom, power, or nation can stand forever when it refuses to walk in justice and continues in evil against the will of God. Nahum shows that although God brings judgment upon wickedness, He also remains a place of safety for those who trust in Him. He is faithful to protect and strengthen His people while standing against evil and oppression. The prophecy reveals both the justice and mercy of God. He defends the righteous, cares for the faithful, and brings rightful judgment upon those who harm others and refuse to turn from their ways. Nahum's message reaches far beyond the fall of Nineveh, standing as a warning to every nation, ruler, and power that chooses to rebel against God. The prophecy reminds us that no earthly kingdom can escape His perfect justice or stand against His authority forever. God reigns over all, guiding His people and establishing His kingdom through His truth, and one day His rule will be fully revealed when all creation sees His power, righteousness, and glory.